Perhaps I'm just really new to the VR gaming scene, but I'm going to make a statement here because I truly felt this as soon as I finished watching part one of the first part of the Jurassic World Aftermath game series. This game has leveled up VR thrillers, especially specifically within the gaming space. I was truly impressed. It was literally like watching the experience of Jurassic World movies, really told through gaming. Not just like an adaptation of the films, because some people be like, well, obviously for any big brand, especially for Jurassic or the Jurassic Park franchise, $1 billion at this point, it's normal for a big franchise again to expand beyond just the cinematic space and to reach for audience engagement and just to give more products, right? It garners more customers and more money and more brand recognition. So for Jurassic World specifically, like many other franchises, they've had TV shows, merch, or toys, books, and now video games. The video games especially are very big. But, I speak in respect to, this isn't a straight adaptation where, we're just taking the elements from the film and just recreating it in a new lens, like Lego Jurassic World, which is a fine game. I'm not speaking ill of that. Or, Jurassic World Evolution, which is kind of like, again, creating your own Jurassic World. This game literally takes on the spirit of the movies in an entirely new chapter and new story. And it is really interesting. Now, I've said this before in the past. I'm not a VR gamer myself, which is why I watch, honed in on that. Like, you're saying you watched the game. That's how I go about things. For, not just this game, but other franchises as well. I don't play the VR game format. I personally don't prefer to put a big headset on my head. I wrote a paper years back for college, one of my classes, that I had to study the technology more in depth. And some of the health sides to it, I was kind of like, well, I'm not really supportive of that. And I don't like the idea of plastering a cell phone to my brain. So I personally don't take part in that, but YouTube is a great venue in terms of catching up because other people like to play those games. And for those of you who do play VR games, if you have not played Jurassic World Aftermath, I think you're going to enjoy it, especially if you're a Jurassic Park fan. It is perfect in spirit. It's scary. It's thrilling. And yes, the gameplay is very, it's consistent. There's some new features added in clever ways as well, but it carries on that same thrill and forebodingness, just the foreboding nature of the Jurassic Park films and what it would be like to, again, walk through the park with dinosaurs at your back, specifically velociraptors. This game is incredible, though. I loved the first story. And ending on a pretty big cliffhanger where we're locked in and the dinos are coming after us and the power's off. And plus it had B.D. Wong in the casting for the voice stuff. And it might have had Jeff Goldblum, too. Absolutely excellent. Nice surprises, but a really interesting game for the Oculus platform. I'm very impressed with it. So, part 2 is going to be very interesting. I mean, I don't know if it's going to be like a part 3. Of course, they'll announce, I'm sure, with this new, with part 2. But we're going to look at the announcement trailer, and then we're going to look at the launch trailer, separate video. But I'm really excited to go into part 2. I loved the first part. We're going to go ahead and watch the continuation of the story first, and we'll talk about it more in my condensed review segment while watching the video together. All right, here we go. Plus, I love the illustrations style for the animation for the game. Looks beautiful. Really played out well.
The de-extinction of the dinosaurs wasn't the result of one person.
I'm not familiar with the studio, or game producer.
Not even
they
Hammond.
did a really good job.
It's the result of a society.
I'll have to get you to pay attention to their work.
A system that lauds technological progress above its own survival.
It's such a cool game.
You'll get through this. You have to. Hear that?
We're missing one big dinosaur.
Don't move.
Oh. Big beastie. You had the little guys, right? And those were terrifying enough, especially the way they came at you. It was so funny. Like if you were not in the right position in terms of hiding, and then you find a dino and he just goes bite your head off. It's really funny. Some of the animations were pretty clever. In fact, I don't tend to watch. I do make these videos on my gameplay channel, link down below, shameless plug. But the particular videos that I saw for this to catch up, I'm going to name the YouTube channel if I can find it. Because I really did enjoy his commentary. It was really funny. Okay, A Wolf in VR. To the younger viewers in my audience, there's a lot of profanity in the videos, not just part of the game, but just with the commentary. But his take was just so funny. I loved hearing it. It was at the point where you're like telling the dino it's about to eat you. Like, I forget how he said it, but like, hello, like, I want to give you a hug or something. I forget how he said it. But it was so funny and just adorable. I would recommend if you want to catch up on the first part and you haven't seen that yet. Well, why are you watching this one? Go catch up on the first part of the story first and then come back. But watch those walkthroughs. They're absolutely hilarious. But this game looks like a lot of fun. I did wonder, like, one of the T-Rex is missing. We have the pterodactyls and the, well, I think they go by a different name as well. But we have the pterodactyls, that's what I call them, the flying ones, and then the velociraptors, 3 specifically. In fact, the YouTuber I'm recommending, he gave them all names. I think it was, we had Tabitha, Martha, and Vicky. Really funny. But very enjoyable game. Again, the thrill ride to this. I have not seen many VR games, especially based in movie franchises, for as long as this one was, too. It's a really, really exhaustive story, in a good way. It was quite a surprise. At first, I was like just 29 minutes, but no, it's like probably about almost the equivalent of around, like, a little under 2 hours. It's a really long first part. But just mimic that spirit so well. I've never seen another franchise-based VR game do that. Maybe, well, not even Vader Immortal reached that degree, and that was a fine game, but this one in particular just really carries on the legacy of that, of the movie franchise. It is interwoven, I believe, in between, well, this is kind of confusing me. I didn't know if it was between 4 and 5 or before 4, in the sense of like Jurassic World and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. It's definitely set in the newer time frame. I just don't know where it exactly sits, but it was a very enjoyable story. I could clearly tell that it fit in that space, and it just mimicked that thriller feel so well. It's a really amazing game. What are your guys' thoughts with the announcement trailer? I'm assuming maybe the launch trailer will show us a little more. Perhaps maybe we go from the T-Rex in the shadow to the T-Rex in the flesh. But we're definitely upgrading with that shot. we'll definitely see an updated look in next video. But feel free to let me know your thoughts are down below. Don't forget all the good stuff. Like, subscribe, the sharing, hitting that bell until we get to watch more from this game. Or perhaps this particular studio. I will definitely look at their content in the future. Again, their gameplay illustrations, very interesting. But until we get to look at more, I will see you guys at whatever point that has to be. But for now, thanks for watching this video. I love you guys. Don't forget to love your fellow man. God bless. And peace.